Opportunities abound as business from the land of rising sun embrace the vibrant market of India, and India enterprises discover new horizon in the land of cherry blossom. Together, they create a symphony of growth, weaving a narrative of collaboration, innovation, and shared success. This fusion of Japanese precision and Indian innovation is shaping a dynamic startup ecosystem where cultural diversity fuels creativity and collaboration, propelling both nations towards mutual prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our esteemed panelists for next panel discussion. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Kojiro Honda, co-founder and owner of Hiroma India Private Limited and Koraku India Private Limited. Mr. Jun Kono, representing Kameda LT Food India Private Limited, and last but not least, Dr. Vivek Kaul from Oxford. Let's dive into an enriching discussion on the dynamics and opportunities in this thriving industry.
We need chair. It's okay, it happens, It's fine. We need another, the three, make the three one. Yeah. Just do it very carefully next time. Yeah, it's like rising sun. Yeah, exactly. The sun will be here and it will be brightened. Just.
Japanese flag बना के रख दिया, तोड़ के. I like your shoes. Thank you. Very nice.
So we have again, as you can see, that leader of the industry and only the Dr. Kaul, that he is from UK. And he will talk about, again, some startup robotics because he's into the medical industry. And the Honda-san is here, Kono-san is here. So the first I would like to go to Kono-san. Kono-san, since I know I'm not really making it, explaining it really long because we're running out of time. So Kono-san, I'd like to ask you like JV. So, how is the marriage going? Wedding between JV. JV is kind of marriage, right? So how is it going? How is your experience?
Okay, I'm very much happy to be here, honored to be here. And just quick, let me introduce myself. And I'm coming from Japan. And my name is Jun Kono, and I'm working in the electric industry back in almost 17 years. And I moved forward to the food industry back in 7 years back. And I'm currently working in the rice company in Japan. And 5 years back, we made a joint venture with LT Foods. LT Food is, as you're very much familiar with, that you're eating every day for the diet for Dawat brand rice. I think you understand very well. So our company is actually made a joint venture 50/50, and we struggling about that lots of things, and we finally come down to the manufacturing the snack and introduced it back in 2020. And feedback is quite good, and especially for the B2B industry, especially for the Qatar Airways, we introduced in a snack for the in-flight snack, and also the Indigo airline, you are frequent flyer that you used to be, and also that we expanding the other B2B businesses. So we have that in the past and learn and fail. There something that is go for the succeed, something go for the fail. But what we have learned from the fail is a very important point. Okay, so what we have that struggle in India is a different mentality between the Japanese and India. And the second point of which is that for the seasoning preference. That is a very important fact. That so academically, scientifically, that we did that research for introduce our products 5 years back, but it didn't so much go well. That because of the very different diversification for the region by region, and also that gender by gender and age by age. So those kind of preferences in India is very diversified. So what is the greatest common denominator of the seasoning is that the most important point. So throughout marketing research, we did that more detail market research statistically, and also that we have that trial wet sampling. What is the feedback of products for the rice snacking? So I think it's India is you guys at the rice snacking diet is common, and also the chapati, the North diet, and also that our side of the Japanese technology. I think that you have that the diet is soybeans is very good, and tofu you are going to eat, and the most important things that we are deliver here in India is the processing. So our country in Japan, processing technology is far advanced and cutting edge. So that kind of product, rice that you are getting used to together with the curry and the spices. So that kind of diet style is expanded to the more diversified than rice snack and the rice, the preservative products. Those kind of processing technology we can deliver. That kind of combination factor makes that the more value addition to the food industry in India, and that's going to be bridge each other for Japan and India. So we have the struggling, but we are go on the success way, but still we are running that on the edge. So that's our company, and please familiar with our kari products, yes. And we very much we are going to expand that different type of the shape and the seasoning of the rice snack here in India. And very good collaboration for the technology exchanges. That kind of going to be that good value addition for the future Indian food style. That's what I would like to say here. And thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. 本当にありがとうございました。Thank you so much, Kono-san. So this is actually the kari you can see there. That is the product of them, you know. And we have message from Dr. Juneja. He's the CEO of Kameda Seika. So, and now we have, as I've said before, the Japanese restaurant when we had the first session. So though Kuraku and Hirohama not really that much startup because they started really long ago. So we would love to know, like, what was your struggle and what would you like to tell the new startup who are coming to Japanese startup who are coming to India?
Namaste. मेरा नाम होंडा है, जापानी हूँ, प्यार है. So I'm doing the business in India from the 2007. This is the first time to come to India to start the business. And under the vision, I think that to the business, vision is most important thing. Under the vision, to be real bridge between India and Japan. So we start first as a Hirohama, India, starting the business center and the rental car services. At that time, 2007, we don't have WeWork. We don't have a co-working space. So this is very tough for the Japanese expert to set up the business. So that's why we start the rental office services. And then I think that I'm the only one person who purchased a land in Nimurana to build up our own hotel for welcoming the Japanese engineer like the Daikin, the Unicharms to the business in Nimurana to establish the industry. So then we start the Kuraku India. As a Hirohama India, we invest 49%, and then 51% is owned by the Kuraku Japan. So we just have the joint venture company in 2013. Right now, thank you for be a big fan for the Japanese food recently. So we just set up the 7 restaurants, Chennai, Bangalore, Nimurana, Mumbai also, that we are expanding right now. So what was the question? Sorry.
So like the new startup, because you started from zero, just coming. You know, one thing actually, Honda-san, what inspires me, he came here 15 years ago and decided to do it a business. My mic is not working.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
That also. So what would be your suggestion for those new startups, the Japanese startup who have their business in India?
Okay, so basically I'm Japanese. I'm not Indian. So I'm foreigner here. So definitely we need an Indian partner. So how to find us a good Indian partner? I have to speak up what I want to do in India. What is the benefit for India and what is the benefit for the Japanese side? Then, through the network, maybe Nupur-san can introduce someone someone introduce someone, so we can find a good Indian partner. Otherwise, I need have a wife here. Yeah. So originally, I'm Japanese, I'm foreigner. So I need an Indian partner to do. Thank you very much. Okay. So we definitely, we need an Indian partner to do business. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
This is my, as per my experience, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honda. So it's very enlightening. Otherwise, wife. Okay, you choose wife. Very positive. Or husband. For all the girls, the Japanese girls. So, yes, Dr. Kaul, you are a doctor, and you are very much getting interested about the, I would say, startup, that robotics. So, how do you think that robotics can help the medical industry? There is a mic. Yeah.
Hello? You can hear me, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
loud and clear.
I just want to have a frank 2 or 3 minutes from you, all the Japanese and Suzuki-san. The thing is that I have seen all the modern robots in medicine, where the healthcare robots will be the future. Whether it be a clinic, a doctor, or a nurse, or a healthcare worker, will be all robotics. The problem with these robots is wherever they are made, I have seen all the latest ones, they lack the emotions. They don't have emotion. Hello?
Yes?
Yeah, I think. And Japanese have a culture where they think everything in life has got a soul. So only the Japanese robotic scientists, there are few who can develop the emotions in a robot. Because when you meet a doctor or a nurse or a healthcare worker, you got cancer or you got some diagnosis, you want the other guy to emote, that sympathize, empathize. So the non-Japanese robot scientists are not looking into that. Only few Japanese, the problem with Japanese scientists is they are not exporting they are not traveling abroad to show their wear. So that is where the Japanese niche is. The other models which are made in Hong Kong, China, they lack emotions. They do not have the smile or empathy or sympathy. But University of Osaka has made a few robots where they have got the he has made his twin, the professors that university. Mm-hmm. So we have to collaborate with these kind of scientists in Japan who are not coming out of Japan because they are advanced. They don't understand that they have, it's like a Meiji, Meiji restoration changed Japan in 19th century.
Meiji, huh?
Within 3 or 4 decades, from a village, they became highly industrialized. The second Meiji restoration, according to me, was the 1970s when Akai, National Panasonic, Toyota, everything became worldwide. After the recession hit them, they have not come out in a big way. They are not playing on the front foot, though they have got the technology. So Meiji 3 movement restoration would be the robotics, which Japan will produce with emotions. So that is where the world will go towards them. In the last 3-4 years, wherever they are showing, not the Japanese, non-Japanese robotics don't have any emotions. They are doing things. They are not empathizing. They are not cuddling. So Japanese have got 10 years ahead of others, but they don't know it.
Maybe 20 years.
It's like a genius knowing he's not a genius. So Japanese don't know they have these technologies, others are lacking. So we should find a way. I'm coming in May. There is the biggest robotic exhibition in Yokohama. And
Yokohama, yes.
I will be there and searching for these Japanese scientists so that we can catch them young. Because they're too ahead of others.
True, true. What you said, very rightly you said, definitely Japan is too ahead of the others. And unfortunately, living, the most of the Japanese, they lived in 1 or 2 places. I lived in 7 places in Japan. So I know how great they are. And they don't actually do show off. They don't come out of their cell. So that is the problem. That can be problem. That can be humbleness also. Or yes, they do product for their domestic, for Japan. So anyway, we can talk about these things in other sessions. But as I said, that I will be taking questions from audience also. So here, if you have any question for 3 of them, would like to take. So you can raise your hand. If you don't have a complicated question, you can ask if you want to marry me or something like that also. Would be fine. Yeah.
You will be never home if somebody marries you.
No, I'll be never home.
Working.
I'll be working. No, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about these three. So, yeah. So if you have any question, you can definitely raise your hands. I think it is they're finding it very difficult to ask question. So let me ask question. So Kono-san, what do you think that the Indian side, what kind of thing India do where the JB will become easier? Like you said, we have our challenges, we're still struggling. Like, what would be your suggestion? Like 1, 2, 3. これしたらもう本当にね、すぐできるとか、すぐやれるとか、始まるとか、それを何かもちろんここ JB やりたい人いるかもしれないね。だからこれ1、2、3で1これしたら2これしたら日本の会社がすぐ JB やれるとか、それ何かありますか？はい。
Hello. I think I'm not 100% understanding your question, but if I understand that there is two things. One is that for the psychological mental phase, and the second, which is I think is of course for the synergy and the benefit for each other by the business and the business. I think the first thing is most likely for any type of the joint business is very important, which is that to make the teamwork at the psychological level. That because Japanese and India, that if that these country people is only two people all over the world, that is very different. For example, so let's us give it an example.
I think we all are different, Kono-san.
Like y-axis, that let's say for top-down decision making, and bottom side is that bottom-up decision making. If you think about that, the y-axis, the top-down is like US and India. It's almost the same. But Japan is very end of there, the y-axis for the bottom-up. So to getting the consensus with everyone and to make that final decision. So it takes the time for the y-axis, for the decision-making process. So, but if you talk about the x-axis, like India is like cost, you have that very long time back that the forecast, well, we respect your very other people. That is the same, like we have the Buddhism. So its positioning is the same, bureaucratic. It's not the same like freedom like US for the speech or let's say any opinion to the directly from the raw entry stuff to the president. So what I'm trying to say is that if you think about the y-axis, it's different decision making. And if you look at the x-axis, the bureaucratic and freedom, it's almost the same as bureaucratic. But in Japan, compared to the other country, not only for the Japan, but also the other country, very unique and the positioning that we are in mentally. So what I'm trying to say is that by understanding that the current kind of situation, that I think we have to understand what is the mentality for Indian people to think about, especially for the thought process.
So for that, you have to do the research, I guess.
Yeah. This thought process, how you guys understand me, which means Japanese, which means that we understand you, Indian, that is still not enough. That is the most important point for how joint venture is going well.
I think that is the reason, Honda-san said the right partner would be, I think, better.
Right. That's right.
So right partner, the
right
marriage.
Partner is assessing that the mental level, not very shallow, that to understand you and you understand me. That is more important point.
So that is the reason I said marriage. JV is a marriage.
Yeah.
It has to go well. We have to understand each other.
Yeah, it's easy to divorce. It's
easy to
marriage.
divorce.
But when it comes to divorce, you have to reason and answer why you are going to divorce. So it's not easy to...
Let's not go for divorce.
That's right.
Let's stay married.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of my just their opinion. So
okay.
there's a lot of scientists and
exactly.
University professors there saying different topics. So just this is as just a reference. So.
I got it. Thank you so much, Kono-san. So Honda-san, again, you are an expert actually, understanding when it comes to the Indian market. So again, still after 15 years also, what would be your suggestion to Indian government or the institutions to make things easier for Japanese industries, or especially Japanese startup? Because industries, big industries, they have money. They can do research. They can come like Suntory or Nissan or Toyota. They are like different. They have money. But when it comes to small-scale industry, they don't have, and they want to do something. So what kind of cooperation, of course, apart from the partner, cooperation you are expecting from Indian government or the other institutions?
Basically, I don't have any expectation from the Indian government because I'm the businessman. So somebody says that the advantage of the India is 1.5 billion people.
Now 1.5 you said, till yesterday it was 1.4.
This is an advantage of India, but I think this is a disadvantage of the Modi-san also because Modi-san have to feed 1.5 billion, creating the job.
Modi-san has to feed 1.5 billion.
So that is why Modi-san have to make in India promotion. He need to do. So it's very difficult. I'm just trying to, import Japanese rice and Japanese tea leaves, which is not available in India, but the Fasai stopped. It's very difficult. But I can understand Modi-san's policy if we resource something from Japan or overseas. There is a new job creation is not making by Modi-san. So that is why Modi-san is doing making India for creating job.
Co-creating job. Okay.
So in this, basic, I just thinking when we start some project or the new company, I'm just thinking if this is creating the job or creating business in India. So I don't have any, objection for what the Indian government doing.
So you don't have any objection, okay?
Sometimes, but it should be the off record. Sometimes coordination fee have to pay.
Okay.
So that's all.
So you don't want to pay the coordination fees?
Sometimes it happens, but it's off record, please. That will be trouble.
How it could be off records in front of so many people you are saying? So of course it cannot be off record. Okay, thank you so much. So yes, Dr. Kaul, you definitely said about robotics, and are you thinking about taking it to UK, or because you are not an Indian? You are from Oxford, so yes. So, or you are thinking about India?
Always about India. Mother country is India.
Okay.
Wherever, mera dil hai Hindustani.
Dil hai Hindustani. Joor se taaliya.
Wherever an Indian goes, he always supports the Indian cricket team in India. Never another local team. Okay. Other thing I want to, I heard the Japanese were very serious. They got good sense of humor.
Of course, they are in India. That's why they're in India.
Because somebody told me, don't joke with Japanese. They don't like it. I said, but these people are joking more than me. Other thing I want to ask Suzuki-san and Nupur, you, another great area which is being missed by Japan and India is the manufacture of microchips. World 75, you would be amazed to know, and rest of my brothers from India and sisters, 75% of microchips are made in Taiwan. So whether it be your iPhone or BMW or Toyota, the world has to queue up in Taiwan. Japan has got a lot of experience in microchip, and I got this, our Sanjeev-san from Tokyo. I was telling him that we should concentrate, get Dirty Dozen, the old Japanese brains. You've seen the Dirty Dozen, the American movie where they get the old soldiers. We need to get the old chip makers in Japan, tell them that we need to make these microchips so that if China attacks Taiwan, the whole world won't have microchips. So we need a joint venture between India and Japan to produce microchips and save the world. Am I right, Suzuki-san?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. And that is actually now JETRO is trying to promote.
Yes.
And recently, Japanese chip company Renesas made a joint venture with the Murugappa Group.
Yes.
So that's a good sign. And some other machinery company and raw material companies are now very keen. What is happening in India?
Yes, and your question that what about England? England is a good market both for India because we got the language ties and Japan. So we can take the same technology and make some goods for EU and England because we are there. NHS is the world's greatest employer, 1.3 million. people work in NHS, the biggest employer after Red China Army. So we got a huge market of software, of microchips and robotics. Huge market. So we will, but India comes first. Japan, India comes first, then England.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. I like your rose, actually. Dr. Kaul, I like your rose. No, I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you so much, actually. And thank you so much, our honorable panelists. And it was really very enlightening. Yeah, good sense of humor. Yeah. Hondas are always good sense of humor. And now we have representative from Kirloskar. Kirloskar representative, if can come. Yes. So we'd like to request you to just give the moment to them, our honorable panelist. Yutika, please help her. हाँ, थोड़ा सा, हाँ जी. परिवार.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes. So please, पहले इनको. Okay. Please. Please. Kono-san, dozo. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And please, for the Honda-san. So, big applause for 3 of our great panelists and for Dr. Kaul. ありがとうございました。ちょっと待って、これ終わったらね、みんなで一回写真撮りましょう。はい、どうぞ。Everybody together? Yeah, please come. Thank you so much. Thank you. Big applause for lot of information and good sense of humor. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot.